Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to reach out to you today to let you know that when you come into work tomorrow, things may look a little different. To let you all know, we had a COVID-19 exposure at Staples Mill on Saturday. And first of all, what I'd like to say is that I commend Arthur and his entire staff at Staples Mill for doing such a great job keeping up with our COVID guidelines, keeping each other safe, and keeping our facilities clean and safe for not only our staff, but our visitors as well. Since the very beginning of the COVID-19 virus, we've had plans in place to address this issue. So it wasn't a matter of if this was going to happen, but when. And that when was this past weekend. Yesterday, all individuals who were present at the service on Saturday, as well as anyone who was working at Staples Mill, were all screened before they entered the building at Staples Mill. The screening process includes taking temperatures of each associate and inquiring about other symptoms that you may have before you enter the building at Staples Mill. Because of this exposure and the fluid nature of all staff, we will begin the screening protocol at all locations beginning tomorrow morning. So, what this would mean is that there will be a company-wide protocol of monitoring with temperature checks and screening for symptoms at the start of each shift. This will be done at different places at each location. At Staples Mill and Chippenham, you'll enter the rear door of the building, and at that point, that will be the screening checkpoint for that location. At Augusta, the entry doors on each side of the building will be used for screening. Which door you come in is dependent upon what time you come to work in the morning. For example, if you're a member of the Care Center team, you will come in the door at dispatch in the flower room, and the overnight director or operator or dispatcher will screen you for any symptoms you may have. If you come to work after 8 o'clock in the morning, you will come in the door under the portico. At that point, you'll be screened by a manager or someone designated there to take the symptoms and to log in your information. Keep in mind that you need to arrive with your mask on so that if there's any danger that you may have contracted COVID, we will be protected while that screening process takes place. This is a lot of information at once, so there's a detailed screening memo that's attached to this email. Please take the time to look this over before you report to work tomorrow. And as always, please be patient during this process. It's new to all of us. We will reevaluate what we're doing now in about 30 days to see if there's anything we need to change, to see even if the process is still viable. But be patient, and remember, we're doing all this to keep everyone here safe. Now, just to let you know, this exposure was from a visitor, not a staff member. There were visitors at Staples Mill that we learned on Monday tested positive for COVID. If a Bliley's team member contracts COVID, we will notify everyone that someone has tested positive, and we will identify the location in which they work. Of course, we will notify anyone that has come into close contact with the COVID positive individual. We will also thoroughly clean and sanitize the workspace of the person who tested positive. Right now, it is very important that each of you self-monitor and notify your manager immediately if you have a confirmed diagnosis for the coronavirus, if you are experiencing any of the symptoms, which now the list of symptoms has grown, things such as fever, cough, trouble breathing, chills, repeated shaking with chills, headache, muscle pain, or sore throat, and even things like the loss of smell or taste. There are also some gastrointestinal symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea to be on the lookout for. Or if you have been in contact with someone who's been diagnosed with coronavirus, please let your manager know. Right now, it is more important than ever that you familiarize yourself with our current Phase 3 protocol guidelines. Continue to observe the CDC guidelines as well. So it's very important that we do those basic things that we all learned about in the beginning. Please, please, please remember to social distance. That's 6 feet from the next person you're interacting with. Please wear your face coverings and frequently wash your hands. We currently have a rule about face coverings in the front of the house at all locations, but in the back of the house, you're still able to currently not wear those face coverings. However, If you feel like you have a close interaction with another associate and you can't social distance, be smart about it. Put the mask on, wear your face covering, be safe, keep yourself safe, and keep your coworkers safe. This is another new challenge for us, but as I mentioned earlier, it was not unexpected. While there are many things now that seem uncertain, there are also things that we feel very positive about. We are confident that the protocols we've taken to ensure the safety of all of you and the families we serve. Please review and rely on these protocols. We are also very confident in the great job you are all doing each day and the commitment you have to keep yourself and each other safe and healthy. Thank you for this. We see it in the things that you do every day. As a quick reminder, tomorrow morning, Carrie Bliley will have a Zoom meeting at 9 a.m. And I certainly invite you to log in and participate in this meeting. Carrie will be glad to answer any of the questions that you may have. And as always, you can submit your questions early by clicking the link attached to the Zoom invitation email. Please let me know if you have any questions or if you need anything. Thank you for your committed hard work, your flexibility, and your diligence as we work through this together. Thank you so much.